So it's not us. That's one thing we know.
We know that.
I can say that with a very high degree of confidence.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
How long do you think it's going to be before they make the announcement that we've had contact with outer space and they call for what?
Never.
You don't think so?
No. I used to think so. I used to think they were getting us prepared, but I have no doubt now that they never intended to, and I fully agree with it. Now, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you know, I was going on a lecture, hey, you gotta listen to this, you gotta see what's going on. Now, I know they were right. I mean, mankind is not and will never be ready for this kind of information. Sure, it's interesting for you and me and you know, a very small segment of society, and it's tremendously interesting, but no way should the public ever be told about this.
What do you think would happen if they were?
It would probably cause problems that the governments of the world are not equipped to handle. The basic issue is religion.
Religion. You saw some other reports that you...
Yeah, religious documents, yeah.
Pretty hard to swallow.
It's very hard to swallow.
Saying basically that basically that we're a product of genetic engineering from someone.
Yeah. Yeah, how can you just swallow that whole?
Well, how can you swallow any of that stuff?
Well, it's easy to swallow things you can put your hands on and touch and work with. It's no problem. But when you get into a lot of spiritual stuff and religion, and you know, you were brought here, and we were made by progressive corrections and evolution and that sort of thing, and word shoots down a lot of the established religions, Catholicism, and everything. That, you know, essentially it's a tough thing to accept, and you know, why, without, you know, hardcore proof, why even bring it up?
I guess the question more should deal with that you actually read a report that said this stuff.
Well, yeah, the only hardcore thing is that there is an extremely classified document dealing with religion. It's about that thing. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion? That's the only thing interesting.
What other kinds of questions?
Autopsy. No, that wasn't the last one.
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
Oh, come on, that's so weird. That's a lot.
I'm not asking you to say what you believe to be a fact. I'm asking you to say what you read in a report that is distributed at what may be the most top secret facility in the world. Okay. All
right, I'll say it. It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers. And that's how we're mentioned in the document. That religion was specifically created, so we had some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the containers.
The soul? Meaning?
Well, the souls or the bodies or whatever.
That's meaning like we're containers for souls that they're going to use at some other point.
Right.
And that they had something to do with different prophets and biblical figures.
Yeah. Well, that supposedly Jesus and two other two other beings were genetically engineered. They were implanted in people on Earth in biblical times, and their births were closely monitored. Now, just some little connections to that my wife had brought up were in the Bible. They said that the star had followed Mary wherever she went, and that all UFO sightings always start out as people, well, gee, that looks like a bright star, and well, in fact, they said in the Bible, the brightest star in the sky followed her where she went, and you just make little connections like that.
Okay.
I don't know what else to touch on about.
We were talking about how